Want to get down from there, bud? We're going to be filming an episode. Okay. Hey guys, happy holidays. Sammy and I decided it might be fun to give you a tour of our Christmas tree and our various ornaments and introduce you to each of them. So think of this episode as cribs for trashy people. And in my ongoing quest to be a Dollar Tree version of Martha Stewart, I'm going to give you a little tour of all of our holiday buddies here on the tree. So before I introduce you to all of the various ornaments on the tree, let's take a moment to observe the tinsel. I don't have the lights on just yet because, hey, it's really bright out, it's really early, and I'm being severely backlit and this lighting eats ass. What we have here is alternating strands of white and gold tinsel, just like my mom used to do it. I like to start with a little bit of the white tinsel up at the top of the tree, so it has that glimmering snow on a mountaintop effect, and then go in with the second row is gold, then another layer of white, another layer of gold, and so on and so forth. So you're kind of winding your way around the tree while it's pulled out before you start decorating it. It's a little piece of my childhood that I like to bring back for the holidays, just to remember all of those times gone by. My brother and I, we would be so excited when Mom would say, "Hey, kids, do you want to help me decorate the tree?" So Mom would pick up the ornaments, hand them to me and my brother, and tell us where to put them. I could still hear her now. "You're not putting them in the right spot, kids! Are you blind?" But it wasn't just us kids that were held to ridiculously high standards of perfectionism. No, not even Dad was immune. I remember one time when he was putting up the tree to Mom's specifications, but not quite to the speed that she was hoping for. She rolled up the dog's little carpet bed and plonked him right on the head with it and said, "Your bald spot was bothering me." So it's another lovely holiday memory. All the fights around the Christmas tree, all of the verbal arguments and spats. Good times. But enough of those walks down memory lane. Let's take a look at the tree itself and all of our ornaments. So right at the top near the star, we have a cute little snowy owl. And there's quite a few little fuzzy critters hanging around here. We've got Mr. Sloth and a very fuzzy little squirrel here with a little acorn hanging out in the tree. This guy isn't super fuzzy, but it's yet another squirrel. I have a fascination with squirrels. In fact, in college, my nickname was Squirrel, probably because I'm short, I'm slightly fluffy, and scurry around when I walk. Also, I used to smoke a lot of weed back then, so I was a lot more skitsy than I am now, if you can believe that. But here's a very cute little squirrel curiously looking at a little red cardinal in the snow. And in addition to sirens in the background, here is our Lord and Savior Harambe popping out of a beautifully wrapped Christmas box. And here is a very attractive and festive glittering nutcracker prince. Here we have a trio of some fun folks. They're just randomly hanging out here, and I like that randomness, where the tree becomes a watering hole, where people and animals and critters of all different shapes and sizes and backgrounds get to hang out together inexplicably. So we've got Linus enjoying his blankie, and here we have Persephone, the Greek goddess of the underworld, and the original perky goth. She's got 1 foot in the living and 1 foot in the realm of the dead, much like many of us who work a 40-plus hour work week. The cool thing about this ornament is that it came all the way from Estonia and was designed by an artist named Annette Perso. A lot of her work, her drawings, her oracle cards and ornaments, they're all centered around different goddesses. Greece, Egypt, particularly she unearths a lot of cool Slavic and Eastern European goddesses and tells their stories and does some really cool artwork of them. So if you're interested, go check her work out on Instagram and her Etsy store. And we've also got a very cute little rocking horse hanging out here. We've got a little tiny clown hanging out by a blue ball. Oh, we'll get to the blue balls later. So this is one of 2 blue balls on the tree. Let's give that one a little jiggle here. One year I put 2 blue balls together just to see if anybody would notice. And they did, and were like, "God, you're gross." And I took it a step further because, hey, what else do I usually do? I put this very phallic little choo-choo right above it. Come on, look at this. Tell me it doesn't look like a penis. So there was, oh, look, it's Lance Armstrong with 1 ball. So I put this one right above the 2 blue balls together. That was a real winner. And here's a second very phallic choo-choo train over here. And one year I put this one and the white choo-choo train together so they looked like they were having a little sword fight. You know, it's a glory hole. Here's another fuzzy little critter. This is a little woodland fox. Looks familiar, reminds me a little bit of Sammy. And much like Sammy, Charlie Brown has a persnickety pet in Snoopy, who's a little dismayed that he's being dressed up like a Christmas elf. We've got another Snoopy over here, hanging out on top of his well-decorated doghouse. And over here is kind of the island of misfit ornaments. There's some ornaments that have little scratches and dents, like this little teddy bear here who lost an arm. So I did find this little teddy bear's flocked arm in the bag of ornaments. I have to glue that back on, poor little guy. We can reattach it, don't worry. So this teddy bear is hanging out and having a little conversation with Jingle Teddy over here. And there's a couple other little banged up ornaments over here. We've got this little angel here who doesn't have legs, and her wings are a little suspect right now. So over here we've got this cute little couple. They've got a few different names. I call them Guy and Ralna after this couple that used to be on the Lawrence Welk show. My grandmother and my great aunt were obsessed with Lawrence Welk. Every time it was Saturday night and Lawrence Welk was on, you would shut your pie hole. Anyway, my grandma and my great aunt, they used to love Guy and Ralna whenever they would come on. My grandmother especially would be like, "Oh, that guy, he's so handsome. I love to watch him sing and the dance." So pro tip for anybody out there who wants to get to slamming Granny in the fanny or start nailing the abuelas, get yourself some Lawrence Welk records. That dude was the original geriatric panty-dropper. So this little duo here is also known as Rick Allen, the drummer from Def Leppard, because this guy's only got one arm and he's a drummer, and his groupie, which is a little reductive. I think she does need a name. So if you have any ideas for what we should name this cute little holiday groupie chick, let me know. She hangs out with him, and interestingly, they both have arms missing on the opposite sides, so when they stick together, they just look like they're cuddling up. Isn't that cute? Maybe you're a little banged up, maybe you're missing a few limbs or even pieces of your soul. Everybody gets a chance to shine during the holidays on the tree. There's room for everybody. We've also got this cute little gingerbread cottage, psychiatric help from Lucy. I know I could use it. And while this isn't an animate object, this little popsicle with a flower on it is missing one of the petals. I got that a little cheaper at a discount shop. I liked it. It was very sparkly. I like the pastel theme. And it goes very nicely here next to my Rose Nylon Betty White ornament. We've got Gene Simmons ignoring this cute little teddy bear dressed up as a reindeer. We got Bob Ross making a happy little tree, a little happier, a little teddy bear behind him. And here's an unlikely trio of folks. We've got Paul Stanley from KISS. We've got, I like to call this guy Rip Taylor Claus because he looks a lot like Rip Taylor. And Darth Vader. So last year I put Darth Vader in close proximity to Paul and Rip Taylor Claus, and it didn't go well.
So, Christmas tree! I hear some of you people like to get lit.
Animated he is.
Oh yeah! So, Christmas tree! I've never been surrounded by so many balls. It's a regular nutcracker sweet.
Leave me the fuck out of this.
I see a Christmas choo-choo train that looks like my love gun.
There sure are a lot of beauts here on this tree there, Paul. I've never seen so many holiday hotties since the $1.98 beauty pageant. For fuck's sake. You see, Paul is a very gregarious sort, and Vader's a little more well-reserved. All those years dealing with that asshole Emperor Palpatine kind of puts him a little bit more in his shell. And then you've got Rip Taylor Claus, who just does his thing and is a little jolly emissary of mayhem. So originally, Vader was on a branch that was higher than Paul and Rip Taylor Claus, and he was smack dab in the middle of them with no real buffer. Now, Vader's a deceptively hefty ornament, and he weighs heavily on the branches, so it's tough finding a good one to support him. So when Paul Stanley Ornament started his shit and doing some stage raps on the tree, Vader kept hurling himself off of the top branch and onto the floor below.
So, Vader, I see you over there with your lightsaber. Since this is Christmas time, I say you should light it up. Light it up. Oh!
Oh, yeah! Suffice to say, Vader was not pleased and kept throwing himself off the top rope. And then we had Rip Taylor Claus egging Paul on.
I haven't been in such uncomfortable proximity since Hollywood Squares and Phyllis Diller was in the square next to me, not wearing any panties. Woo!
So this year, to avoid any mishaps, I put Vader on a supportive branch a little bit lower so he's not smack dab between Rip Taylor Claus and Paul. And he's got Charlie Brown and Snoopy for moral support, also cute little woodland fox, and his old mentor and best pal, Yoda. And that brings us to the various and sundry Star Wars ornaments. I've got quite a few of them. This is the little droid corner where the droids hang out. We've got 3PO bearing gifts. We've got R2, and we've got little BB-8 hanging out here. And there's a few others. There's Leia and Chewbacca. Luke Skywalker staring at the twin sons of Tatooine. And we've got Han and his blaster hanging out by a dreidel because we don't hide that half Hebrew pride in this household and believe in keeping the Han in Hanukkah. And of course, we've got Han Solo's across the universe spiritual mentor, Elvis. And because I live in close proximity to the Jersey Shore, well, not too close, about an hour and a half away, I picked up these little guys here in Wildwood. We've got, I call her my Surfer Snooky Starfish ornament. She's got a little bit of a wardrobe malfunction, so I should probably touch up the boob area on her clamshell bikini here so it doesn't look like she's got her nips hanging out on the tree, but 'tis the season. And we've got her buddy here, the Starfishuation, and he is carrying an anchor. Why? Because he holds things down. That's why. And we have a very pretty pink deer, all decked out with a little wintertime scarf in pink. Cute little snowman hiding out here in the branches, alongside yet another nutcracker. And a cute little penguin hanging out, doing his thing. So nothing too fancy, but still very festive, very fun, very personalized, and a lot of memories and stories tucked into each of the ornaments on the tree. And whether you celebrate Christmas, Hanukkah, Yule, Kwanzaa, whatever your favorite winter holiday is, who knows, put up a tree, have a little fun with it. Make it weird, start making new memories in the future. Whether you want to say sayonara to the old year and are done with it, or just want to celebrate and ruminate on some of the good things that happened this year, and I hope they did happen for you. I hope you have a happy holiday. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it in the way that you want to, not in the way that people expect it of you. And wishing you a very happy new year and all good things in 2025. Thanks for tuning in for me and Sammy, and happy holidays, happy new year. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Are there any parting words you might like to say, Tiny Sam?
God bless us, everyone. Oh, and for all you older ladies out there, just because the wrapper's wrinkled don't mean the candy ain't sweet. Yeah! Okay, Sammy, thank you. You're welcome. Happy holidays.